Hi, everyone. I want to thank you so much for being here. My name is Kimberly McIntyre, and I am a nutrition and wellness coach for those of you who don't know. And one of the exciting things that I offer clients in my program is a visual assessment because the body tells us on the outside what is going on the inside. And no one knows that better than the person I am interviewing today. And her name is Sakina. She is the facial cupping queen. I'm going to call her the queen, but she is the facial cupping expert. Sakina, I want to thank you so much for being here with us, giving us your time, and kind of joining us in this conversation, just to let our friends know that we really can tell what's going on the inside of the body by looking at the outside. And Sakina is an acupuncturist, and so she has learned this full hand. I'm going to turn it over to her and let her talk to us a little bit about some of the things that she has seen, and also hang with us because we're going to have a little tutorial, a little bonus at the end. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me, Kimberly. It's a real pleasure, and I really like your approach on beauty and inner health. Yeah. So from a traditional Chinese medicine, we really link beauty with a balance emotion, balance in our meridian throughout our body. Okay. And in traditional Chinese medicine, emotion can be a cause of disease. Different emotion can affect different organs. And by affecting this organ, it can manifest on the face. Okay. For example, we all know, like when we are tired, we're starting to have dark circle. Okay, under the eyes. We all know that. But that's very interesting that in traditional Chinese medicine, it will be linked with the kidneys. And often when we are tired, it will affect the force of life, which is in the kidneys. So the kidney meridian, the deeper pathway will manifest into the eyes and for just under the eyes here. And dark circle can be a sign that there is an adrenal fatigue. Okay, but that we intuitively know, even without being an acupuncturist. Or for example, if we are like a bit stressed, we can have the two lines, the 11 line manifesting on our face. And that's very interesting because in traditional Chinese medicine, stress affects the liver. Frustration, anger affects the liver, and the liver manifests between the eyebrow. And that's very interesting to know, like, for example, you go on holiday or you rest a bit, you're less stressed, these wrinkles disappears. We can have a proof ourselves, like this 11 line, sometimes they are deeper, sometimes they are lighter, according to what's happening in our life. If we work on our stress level, we will indirectly work on our liver, and as a result, it will manifest on the face as less 11 lines. For example, the large intestine can manifest into the nasolabial fold, and dryness here could show maybe a dryness in the large intestine. Okay, so that we could also adapt a diet. In our society, we try to find solution, like we're thinking, oh, I have this wrinkle, I should get Botox or I should get a peeling. We look for external solution without trying first to try to understand why it's coming. Okay, and by starting to map out the face, we can start to find clues in what we could change in our lifestyle, in our diet, in our emotion, to make some change on our face without having to do Botox or anything. And I find this very useful because we can be the actor of our beauty. Can we say that? We can change some part of our life and it will manifest on our face without having to do anything else, even though doing other things is also good.
I have noticed that how we approach one thing can turn into us wanting to approach other things. So we start to address those things, and then we automatically want to nourish the body, change the
Yeah,
way that we're eating,
yeah,
start to
totally.
move our bodies. So it's really exciting how it all goes hand in hand.
Really interesting when you start to go deeper into the alternative wellness, we start to see it's a big puzzle, and we start to put the piece all together, and we start to make little change that bring to another change, that bring to another change. And at the same time, we can see our face changing, our skin clearing up, our wrinkle being less deep, and the dryness, the plumpness of our skin. Yeah, I'm really passionate about, this health journey that embrace everything.
Well, it is so true that, what is going on the inside is a reflection of what is going on the outside. So
Yeah.
when we have lots of energy and we have lots of joy in our lives and vitality, we naturally have that glow and you can just see it. That's one of the reasons why I want to handle my skincare routine and my habits holistically instead of
Mhm.
a jab or an injection. That is my personal, this isn't judgment, but that's my personal way of managing this. And also knowing that, we have meridians that flow through the body. And so as we are doing things like the facial cupping or the lymphatic, using the brushes, that is helping to release some of that stagnation. And I have been doing a facial cup, which I will come out with this video soon, but I have been doing a challenge on my husband where we took 30 days and did the facial cupping. And he had gone into a hardware store that he had been into many times. And the man said, "You look different. You look better."
Really? I
He,
love
he had no
that.
clue.
Don't
And so
tell me. That's
it was
amazing.
kind of neat to see that take place. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to get that video out there. But
Oh,
tell us some of the tool. Well, I want to back up just one quick second because though, I appreciate America's medical care system. Don't misunderstand me. I appreciate the fact that if I cut my finger or if I break my leg, that there's a place I can go and get help, right?
totally.
And
Totally.
get that fixed. But our doctors here address organs, the system, they compartmentalize. We are one continuous circulating being and it all works together. And what a lot of people don't understand is how if one organ is misfunctioning, if it's having an issue, then all of them it's all tied together.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
the weakest one screams loudest. So in Eastern medicine, Chinese medicine, all of those things over there in India, they address the body as a whole. And so they know that we want to work on the whole system, right?
Yeah.
And so we want to work on that lymphatic system and getting it flowing and that's why we can address some things from the face to help relieve stagnation. Now, I think it's very important that we are constantly partnering this with nutrition because we have got to nourish the body. But will you talk to us about the main things that are helping and to release, to help promote a healthy lymphatic system and things like that?
That's why when we're working on our face, even if we're just doing a massage, when we apply a cream, we spend so much time researching what is the best cream for my wrinkle. But what really matters is the massage that comes with it. It's really the massage that's come with it. And just learning a little bit about how to massage your face, it doesn't need to be long, but it's going to be helping the lymphatic system, as you were saying. Okay. So the lymphatic system doesn't have a pump like the circulatory system, and it returns to the circulatory system. So it's returned to the heart at clavicule. We say, now I'm in France, I cannot speak English anymore. At the collarbone, that's it, clavicule in French, at the collarbone. Okay. So as you were saying, starting on the face and specifically down the neck will help to kickstart the lymphatic system, because even if you have like leg that feel a bit that are a bit swollen, we still need to start at the neck. Okay, it's clearing the ending to be able to receive more fluid to drain. Okay, if the ending are blocked, we can do all the work that we want. For example, we have a double chin and we just do that. Or we say, what can I do to my double chin? But imagine it's blocked here at the lymph node at the corner of the jaw. It will not drain down back to the circulatory system. So we are focusing on our double chin when in fact we should focus on the neck. to clear up the ending. And it's the same for puffy eyes. We are thinking, what can I do? I'm going to put this patch, I'm going to do these things, and then it's not helping. Maybe it's also blocked here. So we're starting at the neck. Okay. Even when you put a cream, you can massage your cream and just don't forget the neck like that. Make it start, okay? Make it start. And there is other tools. So we were talking about dry brushing. So I mean, cupping, brushing, gua sha, facial massage, all that help to move stagnation. But it can be the lymph that is stagnating, resulting in puffiness. It can be the blood. The blood as well. If the blood doesn't circulate, it can cause a lot of stagnation, redness. It can cause like dryness. It can cause deeper wrinkle. It can cause, if the blood doesn't circulate, it's not good, you know. We need to make it circulate. And the chi, the same, the chi. If we look a bit dull, you know, if you spend a day at home not moving, watching TV and eating not very good food, it will show on your face because the chi, the energy is not circulating. So by massaging, so I really like the cup because the cup, you know, it lifts the different layer of the skin, which creates space for all the blood, the lymph, and the chi to move. So I really like. But you can also do it by massaging, by gua sha, or with this brushing, okay? Just to help the things moving. And it's going against Botox in a way, because Botox, you stop everything, you freeze everything. It's another subject, but it's also very interesting to have a look at what Botox does from a traditional Chinese medicine point of view.
Definitely worth mentioning.
And much less expensive. So, for example, you wanted to talk a little bit about dry brushing, right? Oh, yeah, for the lymphatic. So we really know, you know, dry brushing for the body. I think is quite famous. You know, many people use dry brushing. I've been dry brushing my body for 20 years. You know, I love it.
Now, do you have two different dry brushes for the body? Different?
Yes, I know. Yes.
Let's
Yes.
talk about the difference between the two.
Yes, I know when you have a business, it's so much easier to just make one product. Like, for example, I have one set of cups, easy. And it's just like these two brushes, it's just because I like it quite strong. Okay, and so I have this long bristle made out of cactus bristle. They are really nice if you like it a bit stronger, but not as strong as a short bristle one. It's like a really waking up call for your body, and it really moves the blood. It's good for cellulite, but it's not for all skin, I would say. Okay, so some people like it, you know, a bit this harder feeling. So I really wanted to manufacture this one because it's my favorite, but I also wanted a better alternative, more suitable for much more people. So it's also made from natural bristle, but it's, to be honest, it's perfect. It's a perfect strength. It's not too soft. I also have like raw silk gloves for people who have very sensitive skin. It's not, I don't know how to say, it's just perfect. It's true. I mean, it's a bit like, look, my brush is perfect, but it's true. Like, it's not too strong, it's not too hard. And if you're not sure, take the balancing dry brush. If you already have done dry brushing in the past, you know you have a strong skin and you like this feeling of feeling invigorating in the morning, invigorating dry brush. And if you have very sensitive skin, raw silk gloves mainly. So it's like three choices. I understand you can be confused when you see the website, and I try to make to show the differences. But in doubt, if you don't like specifically a sensitive skin, take the balancing one. You will be happy.
Okay, and now this is what I have been taught, it's best to get in the shower, like we're getting ready to shower. But before we do, that's when you do the dry brushing? Is that
Yeah,
correct?
I mean, it's this reason. It's simply because when you do dry brushing, you will shed away some dead cells, okay? And you go in the shower just to cleanse after, you know. When you're doing your dry brushing, you're shedding away the dead cells, then you can
You
get
wash
clean.
them away.
You wash away and then you feel ready for the day. But, you know, just as everything, you know, do it when you can. It feels really nice. The morning, I really, really like it. And when I was pregnant, my husband was still doing it on me. It's I would say it's my favorite routine, favorite ritual. So first of all, it's important to know how to do it. So a lot of people say just dry brush towards your heart. It's almost true, but not completely true, because what we want to do is to dry brush in the direction of the lymphatic system. And we understand the lymphatic system goes back to the heart, okay? But first, it goes through all the different cluster of lymph nodes. So you're not completely wrong by brushing to the heart, but it's not exactly right, okay? So I explain in the tutorials that come with the brush how to dry brush, okay? Separating the body in 4 different quadrants, you know, and we have cluster of lymph node under the armpit, at the inguinal, and anything in a quadrant on the left side above the belly button but below the collarbone will drain here. Below the belly button on the left side will drain at the left inguinal. It's quite simple, okay, but we just need to know.
Yes.
Okay.
And once you get used to it and do it a couple of times,
Yeah, it's bam bam.
locked
Yeah.
in.
And also it's better to, we tend to start, and I see a lot on Instagram actually, start at your feet. No, start closer to the lymph node. So if you want to, you can start with your leg or with your arm, it doesn't matter. But if you start with your leg, start with a little bit of stimulation of at the sitting crease, at the inguinal, right inguinal. You open up the lymph node, then you go on the thigh, closer to the lymph node, and you thigh, bum, back of the thigh, then under your knee, then on the leg, then the feet. And then you can connect everything. Okay, but you start closer to the lymph node because again, if it's blocked at the inguinal, you can move the fluid from the feet, it's gonna get blocked where it gets drains. So you start with you start with the ending and you move your way down and then you can reconnect everything if you want. But do the hand last. If you do the arm, upper arm, elbow, arm, hand, and then you can connect everything. It's
Okay.
simple. It's simple. You just need to know, like, because I know, yeah, everybody says brush towards the heart, but it's not exactly that.
Okay. And we just need to know the routine.
Yeah. It just takes like a few minutes to watch and then that's it, you know. Also about the brush for the body, because we all know the brush for the body, but the brush for the face, it's also a nice way to start the day if they are very soft. So the one I have are made in Sweden, in Sweden by visually impaired artisans, and it's all made by hand, all cut by hand. It's really nice. And they are super soft. And that's, it's also a way to wake up the lymphatic system in the face. Okay. And it only takes like 1 minute, you know. So I also explain, you know, how to start down the neck, you know, always down the neck, little strokes like that. Okay. The lymphatic system is really, really runs just under the surface of the skin. And we think we have to push hard. No, it's like with, if you ever have been to a lymphatic drainage massage, it's super light. And super light doesn't mean effective. So we start down the neck like this, like going over the chest, forgetting the chest like this. Always like thinking we have a middle and we go on the side, okay? On the side like that, so like that. Then down the chin. We actually just following how the lymph flows. And then like this, little stroke like that. And then we move, it goes like that, like that, like that. So we cannot really see on the video, but like that. Well, I'll go a bit fast, but then the forehead, like that. We repeat like 5 to 10 strokes this time. And then we will finish by connecting everything together and draining the lymph back to the collarbone where it returns to the heart. And it's gonna be filtered.
Do you
Same
start
for,
your morning that way?
I start my routine my morning that way. Yeah, like
love
that,
it.
and the body brush.
You know,
honestly doesn't take long.
I bet if everyone started their morning that way, there'd be a lot happier people on the planet.
Yeah,
Just
it's
taking that little bit of time makes all the
yeah,
difference.
exactly. We tend to rush, and we disconnect a bit about. You know, you were saying at the beginning how you doing face map reading when you see when you have a client, and it's almost like we've disconnected, you know, with that, trying to find the cause and trying to take care of ourselves, like even taking a few minutes, you know, of meditation, of self-care. That sometimes is my meditation in some ways. You know, you just stop and you focus on your breathing. It
Mm-hmm.
helps to clear up the mind to get ready for the day. So
Yes.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I also have an anxiety program that people can go through, and it addresses
Okay.
every area. And I feel like that would be such an amazing addition to that for
Just feel
several
myself.
reasons. They
Yeah.
could do their deep breathing while they're doing their routine.
Yeah. Yeah. You just get centered. I
Yes,
feel like this kind of self-care can help you to be centered.
these simple routines really can make a big difference, and it brings awareness to personal care. And a lot of
Yeah.
times when we start implementing personal care, and then we can start focusing on the big picture of all the things that we need to do to nourish our bodies. We definitely need to nourish our bodies on the inside. But I always tell people, if you have gone into a health food store and you look in someone's cart and they have all of this healthy food, but sometimes you look at their face and they look miserable, and you wonder why when they're eating all this healthy food. But it could be something going on in their life. It could be something that is missing from their lifestyle. Or maybe they're overstressed. Maybe they're not taking time for self-care. And so we want to plug in all of those
Yeah.
different areas to bring it full circle.
Totally, totally, totally. And just to say something about this, in traditional Chinese medicine, lifestyle and diet are part of the five pillar with acupuncture, you know, and herbs and even cupping. So yeah, diet and lifestyle can be a cause of disease. Exactly. It's about embracing all that.
Yes. And it just
Yeah.
makes such a difference. And I'm telling you, you know, it's the good life because you feel great, you have joy, energy, and you can bring that into someone else's life, and
Totally, totally.
I'm here because I want to help other people thrive. And I see so many people that they just need the tools. And so
Exactly.
that's why I love bringing people on my channel like you to just kind of help light bulbs to go on and help people to know some of the things that they can do to really change. And also, it's not just about today, it's about 10 years from now, 20 years from now.
Totally,
And
totally.
if we never stopped, if we continuously did the things that are keeping the body flowing, obviously we're going to die regardless one day, but those last 10 years can look totally different. And
Totally, totally. I
I
go to the
love
gym, yeah, for
I love in
different
the
reasons.
Blue Zones how they talk about how they actually use an example of this man that went to the coffee shop to meet with his friends, and he sat down, had a great conversation, and on the way home, just dropped dead, just, whatever.
Yeah,
That's the way to go. He enjoyed his life
yeah,
fully.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's what it's about. And it might sound a little dramatic when we're just sitting here talking about facial cups and brushes, but it's not, because it's a part of it and it's just something to think about. And these things, first of all, when I do my facial cupping, it feels good. And I don't know, I just love the way that it feels gliding across my face. It's nice to have that little spa treatment at home. These things
Exactly,
we can do at
exactly,
home.
exactly.
So I became an affiliate for the facial cupping, all the things, because I totally believe in them. I have enjoyed everything that I have used so far, and I am slowly working my way through because I kind of have to wrap my head around an item and then I work to the next one. So it takes me a little bit. And I will put all of the information in the description below where you can order your items as well. And which we have another video where we're talking about some of the other things, but we have,
Yeah, 7-star plum blossom hammer. I love
I
it.
don't know why I always have a problem with the name.
Yeah, fair
Um,
enough, fair enough, fair enough.
Super cool. But anyways, we talk about this in another video.
Yeah,
And then also the acupressure, this one,
10. Yeah.
which is really nice as well. I also like because sometimes it's just nice and it's
Yeah,
cold.
I was doing, yeah, exactly, exactly. Even to have it in the car and you wake up in the morning and you just do that around your eyes. Just dropped my acupressure pen in my car, actually. Anyway.
I love it. I love all the things. So I will link those in the description below. And I tell you what, a lot of them make really good Christmas gifts too, or birthday gifts, or
Yeah,
whatever
I
gift.
still have some facial cupping Christmas box.
I know some people are like, well, it's kind of like giving a vacuum cleaner. It's not. It's not, and it's not insulting because it's not like, here, you need anti-aging. No, it's like, here, you need some self-care and it feels good and it's going to make you
Exactly,
happy. So I
exactly.
love all the things, and I want to thank you for educating us. She's on Instagram and she gives a wealth of information and tutorials on there too. So hop on there and I'll put that link in the description along with her website. And I love how when you purchase the tools that they come with the card that you can scan and you can go
Yeah,
on and get
definitely.
information and know how to use all of these things. So that's very helpful. I want to thank you so much for being here. And I want to thank you, friends, for tuning in, and leave us a comment below. Let us know what are some of the things that you're doing to take care of yourself, and what are some of the things that you have done that you have known have made the biggest difference in your health. And we just want to share and let other people know what are we doing to feel amazing. Also, in the description, I'm going to link my 7-day reboot. It's a great way for you to support me if you're enjoying my content. And it is a carefully crafted 7-day program that you can use to cleanse your body. It also talks in detail of why I put it together the way I did. And it comes complete with a grocery list, which is my favorite part because it's already done for you. So if you will give some love and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, click the notification bell so you'll be notified when I have new content. And you guys have a great day.